and spirit inspirational talks. Today I have the beautiful Toni from Angel Teachings with me, and her specialty is in. So I'm going to go through with her and just ask her a lot of questions about how we can learn to develop our own psychic connection and how she has discovered it for herself. Hi, Toni.
Hi, Ros. Hi, everybody.
So, Toni, the first question is one I ask everyone who does these talks. What makes your heart sing?
Oh, other than my family, friends, and my spiritual work, I really enjoy sitting in the sun and to soak it all up. And my passion, of course, is my spiritual work.
Beautiful. So how did you discover your psychic ability and your connection with spirit?
It was a long time ago as a child. I used to see spirits. And when I was about 7 years of age, my great-grandmother passed away and she was standing next to my bed. She always used to wear her head in a bun and I always wanted to see it out. And it was the first time I saw her with her hair out. And it was just a little bit scary, still being a child. But I always then had deja vus and other connections.
Do you believe all people have some level of intuition?
Absolutely. I think everybody has intuition and it's just a matter of if we want to listen to it, if we want to pursue it, if we want to practice it. But everybody is born with intuition, psychic abilities, mediumship, healing abilities. It's all instilled in us and we just need to remember where to find it again and practice it.
So you were quite young when you discovered your ability, and like you said, you were little and it was a little bit frightening. How did you overcome that fear?
I blocked it out. I completely blocked it, and I only reconnected in my 30s. It just happened. One morning, I just literally woke up and I decided to do Reiki. And then everything just progressed from there. Reiki opened me up. It made me curious with all the healing, and things just happened, as they say. More opportunities came my way, which I grabbed.
And why do you believe people go to psychic readers?
I think some of them, it's just for fun. It's for validation. It's for guidance. It's when they're lost, they need confirmation. And sometimes it's easy to get confirmation from someone you don't know. So, how would the psychic know what's going on in your life? So it's a validation for oneself, because I think we already know when we go see someone, we already know deep inside what we need to do, what's happening, and it's just a confirmation.
So we just want confirmation that the voices in our head aren't really us just being crazy. There's actually some spark of intuition into that.
Yeah, sometimes it's a trust issue as well. We don't listen to our voices in our heads, or we override it. Like intuition is there, but in our heads we go like, no, this has to be a different way. It can't be that way. And later on we go like, oh, I knew that. I really knew that. So it's a trust. It's a trust in ourselves, in our abilities.
So my next question is, do you get psychic readings for yourself personally?
I love getting psychic readings. I participate in a couple of groups, like meditation group and psychic development groups, and I love knowing stuff about myself and getting readings. It's a good confirmation for myself as well. So yeah, absolutely, yes. Mm.
What type of people normally come to you for a reading?
It depends. I think it depends what I'm going through at the moment as well, because readings seem to always reflect what's happening in the psychic's life as well. So, but mostly I get young people who are just starting out, who are a little bit lost, who need to find themselves, not sure where to go, relationships, work. And then I get middle-aged ladies like myself who rediscover themselves, and they just feel like there must be something else. I want to do something new. I don't know where to turn. So it's mostly for guidance and reassurance, and to shed some light on issues they're going through.
And what's the difference between an angel reading and a tarot reading, or are those the same thing?
They're just tools. They're just tools we're using, and I think it's just a preference. I strongly believe, like, what we get psychically, it's all up there, and everybody will get the same information. So really, it shouldn't matter to whom you're going for your reading. The outcome should be the same. Maybe the interpretation will be different because everybody will interpret what comes through differently. But the source is there, and that's what we receive for a message. So either angel cards or tarot, it's a preference. It's a preference what you love working with. The outcome's the same.
And does a different say a different person came to you, would you go, hold on, I thought it was going to be this type of reading, but it needs to be this type of reading? Does that ever happen?
Sometimes they ask me if I use tarot, but I mean, in my business name, it's Angel Teachings, and people are aware that I work with the angels and I use angel cards. But usually, what it is, you get a client, you do the psychic reading. I tell them what I receive from spirits, and then I let them shuffle the cards, and the cards will then highlight an issue or will confirm. It's usually a confirmation because they put the energy into their cards. Some psychics are very particular and they don't let anyone else touch their cards. I think put your energy in, and then at least you shuffled it, and the card will come out specially.
And I know you do numerology as well. What is numerology?
Numerology is the science and vibration of numbers. I'm very passionate about numerology. It's derived from your date of birth, so you cannot change your date of birth you're born with, and every number has a vibration. So it really highlights your strengths, your weaknesses, your life path, your lessons, what you need to learn in this lifetime, where you're coming from. It sort of outlines who you are, the essence of who you are. And if you're a little bit lost, that can be a really great help to find or give you guidance on where to look next.
And I have a question about numerology. Is, you know how the doctors always give you a date, an expected due date, but you may come earlier or different, or you would never look at that expected due date, would you? Look at the one you were actually born on.
Yes, because I strongly believe that we all choose our date of birth. If we come early, if we come late, if we are born via a C-section, because it really highlights our strengths and our weaknesses and who we are, our life path. The one thing we can play with is our name. because all the letters, they have a vibration as well. They get a number 2. So with our name, we can change our strengths and weaknesses and make the grid, as we call it, a little bit stronger if there is need. For example,
so I probably should check out
authors.
I should check out if Mum adding that extra N to my name has caused me a problem or not, shouldn't I?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And then you're always free to change it. Names you can change. So you can kind of alter the vibration. That's why we feel if people call you a different name, sometimes it doesn't vibe, it doesn't feel right. And it's the vibration which doesn't suit our being. So, you know, some people, they might, they're called Deborah and they absolutely hate to be called Debbie because the whole vibration is changing.
I find that very interesting because, I find that very interesting because when I was pregnant with my daughter, I wanted to name her Catherine. Adamant that I couldn't name her Catherine, I had to name her Kate. That's a big neurological difference. From Catherine to Kate.
Yeah, so you can determine the destiny, and because with the names there is a soul vibration, how we are, and then there is a perception how people actually see us. So that can be quite different.
And how do you receive your psychic messages? Because I know there's different ways. Some people hear things, some people see things. You said you saw your great-grandmother. So how does it work for you?
I'm a little bit of a mixed bag. I get as a vision, as in like a still photograph, not like a movie. I don't get that. And I have a very strong inner knowing. I just know. You know, it's maybe hard to explain. I don't hear. I don't hear at all, but I feel very much as well. So out of all the clairs, it's probably the seeing and the knowing and feeling. It's sort of just depending on what's important at the time.
And I think you've already answered this. I was going to ask you what type of reading do you prefer to do, but if you're passionate about the numerology, would that be your preference, or is it a combination of all of them?
It's a combination. I like to do the normal insightful reading with the cards, but I always throw in numerology as well because it just gives that extra confirmation. Especially, we all have personal ease which start on our birthday, which then highlights what's up for the year to come. So it's me, for example, I'm in a personal year 3 at the moment, changing into a 4. And 4s, they're always about laying foundations, but they can be very tedious, as in blocks. There'll be a lot of blocks, and I swear the last 2 weeks it's like my personal year 4 has already started. So, but if you know what can come up, and then you can fix it.
And what other services do you offer, Toni?
I'm a Reiki master as well, so I teach Reiki, I do Reiki healings, crystal healings. I love doing angel parties, which is going home to people's homes, and they just invite a couple of friends, and it's 15 minutes each, and the host will get a free reading. I also teach. I teach numerology. I teach how to read angel cards. I love putting a spark into people so they can go and do the same. I just believe the more people who are interested and go and do the work, the better it is for everybody.
I agree with you. I agree with you. How can people best get in contact with you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. My Facebook page is Angel Teachings. I have a website, angelteachings.com. By email, via Facebook, SMS, I'm reachable.
And what I'll do at the end of this, when this video goes live, Toni, is I'll put all those details under the YouTube video as well. So if you're wondering how you can get in contact with Toni, I will have that all available for you as soon as I can. Question: if there's one person alive or in spirit that you could have a great lunch with, who would you choose?
I would choose my mum. She passed away now 3 years ago, and I'm just so curious what she was up to, even though she comes to me in my dreams, but it's always very cryptic. So I really need to tell her to send me dot point information so her daughter can follow it. But yeah, I'll be just curious to have lunch with her and maybe dinner and catch up on everybody else who's over there, what they're up to. Yes.
That sounds like a lovely lunch. It's always nice to get the inside scoop.
Yes, and dinner, probably lunch. Yeah, probably lunch is not enough.
Toni, thank you very much for sharing all of your knowledge with us. It's been amazing. I love hearing you talk. I love learning from you. So thank you very much for coming on here and sharing with me. Like I said, once this goes live, I do a few edits and I make sure that everyone will be able to contact you and get all the information that they can from me. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me. As you can tell, I love talking. I could go on and on and on. But thanks for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to catch up for coffee with you.
Me too. It all keeps going so very, very fast. That's the only thing I'm having at the moment.
It's true, yes. All right. Okay.
So
well,
thank you very much, Toni. I'll speak to you later.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ross. Thanks. See ya.